Greetings everyone, and welcome to a Fright Night Friday Blu-ray update. Well, picked up some new horror movies for the collection recently, and, well, let's check them out today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so first up, as most of you will know, I really enjoyed this series a lot, and when I heard there was a fourth one coming, I was all for it, man, because I really enjoyed the first three. Picked up Insidious: The Last Key. Now, kind of interesting, the sideways continuity of the Insidious series. If you want to watch the movies in chronological story order, first you watch number 3, then you watch number 1, then you watch this one, number 4, then you watch number 2, and number 2 is actually the last one. So that is the correct chronological order, and I gotta give the producers of this credit, because the way they structured these prequels and sidequels and in-between-quels and stuff, it actually works really well. Like, you can watch them in the 3, 1, 4, 2 order, and it will flow almost, like, pretty much perfectly. Like, they've just structured it so perfectly that it works. Or you can just watch them in release date order, whatever you like. But, yeah, so I think the next time I watch these, I'm going to go in the 3, 1, 4, 2 order and just kind of see how well it flows. But, anyway, really enjoyed this one a lot. Thought it was a great chapter in the saga, and some good chilling stuff as well. Yeah, and in terms of extras, you got an alternate ending, which honestly I thought wasn't as good as the theatrical ending. 8 deleted scenes, going into the further, becoming Elise, meet the new demon, and unlocking the keys. Very cool. And this is not a 3D edition or anything like that. It's just a regular. I don't think they've done these ones in 3D. So, and there you go. And just you know, nice disc art. No inserts, nothing like that. Nothing too special, but. Yeah, good stuff. Insidious: The Last Key. If you like the other 3, definitely check out this one. You'll enjoy it. Next up, I kept seeing this one on the shelf, and I had never heard of it. I didn't know anything about it until finally I picked it up and thought, you know, I keep seeing this around. I keep hearing mutterings about it, but I don't know anything about it. So picked it up, read the back of the case, and I was just like, oh, well, that actually sounds like a lot of fun. I'm going to grab this one. Plus, it was on sale. So I picked up Happy Death Day. Yeah, check that out. You can see the icing on the cake is embossed there on the slipcover. Very nice. And just the same artwork underneath. But best way to describe this, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, but it's a horror movie. So essentially this girl is forced to relive her own murder over and over and over again, and each time she's trying to figure out who the killer is and if she can stop him and stuff like that, and piece it all together. So, yeah, it's literally like Groundhog Day if Groundhog Day was a horror movie. So, I thought, yeah, that sounds like fun. So, I'm in. I have not watched it yet. I will watch it probably for Halloween. But, yeah, cool stuff. And in terms of extras here, we've got an alternate ending and deleted scenes. Worst birthday ever. Behind the Mask, The Suspects. And The Many Deaths of Tree. Tree, I guess, is the name of the main character. So, very cool. So these are both from Blumhouse, actually. Blumhouse is just cranking out the horror movies like crazy. Then we start to get into some classic horror that I decided to pick up for the collection. We got The House That Dripped Blood. Now, this is a classic anthology horror movie from the 70s, 1971. And one of the reasons I wanted to pick it up is because it actually has John Pertwee in it, the Third Doctor himself, as a vampire. How cool is that? Yeah, so a nice little addition for the anthology horror collection. There's a lot more anthology horror out there from this era, like the 60s and 70s era, that I want to pick up, and I will eventually because I just love these types of things. They're always lots of fun. But, yeah, so really looking forward to checking that one out. It's got a lot of mainstays of horror in it. Who else is in this anyway? We got Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, Denholm Elliott, John Pertwee, a bunch of others I don't recognize. Oh, and Ingrid Pitt. Oh yeah, no, this is like just one of those all-star casts hamming it up in this fun anthology horror movie. And then next up, some of you have probably heard by now, because I know a lot of you have actually messaged me about it when the news first broke. Not like 2 weeks after I did the tail end of my horror shelves overview, and I was talking about the Universal Monsters Legacy Collection Blu-rays, and how, like, yeah, we still haven't heard anything about the Creatures in the Black Lagoon or Invisible Man, so I guess we're just not ever getting them. And not 2 weeks later, they were finally announced. I don't know what took them so long. Like, they took a long time to get around to those. I mean, I was actually expecting them to come out last year around this time, and there was just nothing. So I think we'd almost given up hope, and then they announced it. So not only that, but they're also putting out... You remember when I did a quickie video a while back about that complete Universal Monsters collection that they put out? It was all 30 movies, but it was DVD only. Yeah, well now, with the completion of the Legacy sets, I think they're coming out like next month, or later this month actually, so I should really get on those. They're also putting out a Blu-ray version of that 30 film set. So there you go. Now, if you've already got the Legacy sets, you've got everything that's in that 30 film set, minus one. Specifically, this one, The Phantom of the Opera from 1943. You know where I found this? Shoppers Drug Mart, of all places. It was like $7, and I couldn't pass that up. And this is like the nicer edition with the actual movie cover on it as well. It doesn't just have the black and white monster cover. But very nice indeed. In terms of extras here, we've got the Opera Ghost, a Phantom Unmasked, production photographs, feature commentary by film historian Scott McQueen, 100 Years of Universal, The Lot, and the theatrical trailer. Very cool. So, yeah, so basically, because I've been picking up the individual Legacy sets, I'm just going to get the last two collections, the Creatures from the Black Lagoon and Invisible Man set, and not bother with the 30-film box set because it'll just be redundant, you know. So, there we go. Now, did I go over extras on this one? Extras on The House That Dripped Blood. We have new audio commentary by author Troy Howarth, radio spots, still gallery, theatrical trailer, and more. So there's actually not a ton of extras on there, but, you know, a few cool things. Next up, this is one that actually Skinslip picked up, and I thought it sounded like an absolute blast. And I popped my Sunrise Records shortly after I saw that Skinslip had picked it up, and they had one. They had one copy of it on the shelf. This is a special Arrow edition, the Bloodthirsty Trilogy. Now what this is a trilogy of Japanese vampire films where essentially they're trying to do like Hammer-style Dracula films, but all Japanese. So Skinslip and I basically sat down, because we're the only two people we know who have this set. And I said, do you want to watch them? And he's like, yeah, hell yeah. So we sat down one afternoon and watched all three of them back to back. And this series was so much fun. The first one and the third ones, I think, were the best. The second one kind of dragged a little bit. But an absolute blast. Like, the Japanese cast in this really just throws themselves into it, full tilt boogie. And it is literally... Japan does Hammer, you know? I mean, that's exactly what it is. And it's just a blast. So, highly recommend it. The Bloodthirsty Trilogy from Arrow Films. Now, in terms of extras, this is an Arrow Deluxe Edition here. So, we've got, let's see, the original mono audio track, original Japanese soundtracks with optional newly translated English subtitles, Kim Newman on the Bloodthirsty Trilogy, a new video appraisal by the critic and writer, Stills Gallery, original trailers, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Matt Griffin. I'll just give you a quick look here. So we got this, just the same on the front and back, and then inside, you can see. Hold on a second. It all comes on 2 discs, is it? Yeah, it's 2 discs. So 2 discs. I think the first disc has the first 2 movies on it, and the second disc has the third. No, it's the other way around. First disc has the first movie, Second disc has the next two. So the three movies, by the way, are The Vampire Doll, Lake of Dracula, and Evil of Dracula. And then inside, as Arrow often does, there's actually quite a nice little booklet, and you can see, Japanese Dracula there, basically. But yeah, I gotta say, like, the cinematography in this was frickin' beautiful. And we looked up the director, and apparently he didn't really do much else other than these. Like, he did his sort of 3 vampire movies and a few other things, I think, for TV. And that was it. And we were really surprised, because both of us were really quite taken by the, the cinematography in this. It was just beautiful. And they're all very good-looking movies, and just a lot of fun. I mean, if you like Hammer horror and you like Japanese films, well, these are your movies here. Just sort of get some photographs of it. There's like an essay in here as well, talking about the movies. But anyway, really nice edition. This is just what is it? This is just an advertisement for some other Arrow stuff. So very cool. Yeah, so it's not like a cheap set. I think it was like 50 or 60 bucks. But I mean, you get 3 movies and a ton of extras and really nice packaging, and it's a nice curiosity. And the slipcover is all this nice matte finish, basically. So there you go. I figured I'd give that a little extra time because it's kind of a special set, and those were fairly rare up until now. So next up, last but most certainly not least, this is a movie I've been wanting to get into my collection for a very long time, and finally decided to pull the trigger on it because Arrow put out this beautiful limited edition steelbook. We have the original Re-Animator. Check that out. And there we go. So I actually have not even opened this up yet because of the sort of stickers on them, and I wanted to sort of show you the backing and stuff as well. So let me take this off very carefully, and we'll take a look at it for the first time together here. So I just want to check something. Yeah, okay. I couldn't see the recording light, so I was a little concerned there. I think, uh-oh. Did I not press record at some point? So very carefully. Luckily, these stickers come off fairly easily. There we go. Yeah, the J thing got a little bit torn there, but yeah, this was again at Sunrise. In fact, I think I got this the same day I got the Bloodthirsty trilogy. So we'll just take a quick look here. So this is the front and the back and the spine. Just an impromptu closer look. Yeah, and well, we can tell these came out at the same time because it has the same advertisement in it. Yeah, exactly the same. And then inside, there's a regular non-steelbook Arrow edition as well, which as far as I know is all the same content. This is strictly a repackage. But I figured since I didn't have any edition of it, look at that. There we go. Very nice. Might as well, get it. It was about the same price as the regular edition as well. It wasn't like significantly more. In fact, I think it was less because it was on like an end cap, sort of a special. There we go. Sort of a special promotion. They had a bunch of stuff on there. And there we go. The guy's head. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie as well. I haven't actually. I barely remember anything about it. Last time I saw it was like, must be 20 plus years ago, on VHS. I just kind of rented it because I kept seeing it in the horror magazines and stuff, mentioned a lot. It was kind of, very quickly became a cult classic. So I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about. And I think at the time I didn't really appreciate it as much as I probably should have. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking it out again. Because, I mean, since then I've become a huge fan of Jeffrey Combs. And anything I see him in, I mean, it's just, he's always just such a delight. He's such a great actor. Wonderful character actor. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek Enterprise lately, and he plays, well, he plays a variety of characters in there, but one in particular, he plays this Andorian character that keeps recurring, and he's quite a funny character, kind of very, very angry and conspiratorial and paranoid, but also very funny. And also, actually, during my downtime over the past couple months, I finally sat down and watched Transformers Prime for the first time, and I've only got a handful of episodes left. I'm just started on season 3, but of course, Jeffrey Combs plays Ratchet in that. He plays the voice of Ratchet, and I think he's one of the best characters in the show. He's just he goes through so many different changes over the course of the series. Starts off very gruff and antagonistic, but then he softens and learns a lot. Actually, all the characters in that. It's just a freaking great series. But anyway, we'll maybe talk about that another time. So this edition of Re-Animator comes with so much stuff. Okay, so limited edition steelbook packaging featuring newly commissioned artwork by Matthew Griffin, 4K restoration of the unrated version, high definition Blu-ray presentation, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, mono stereo and 5.1 DTS HD master audio surround options, isolated 5.1 audio score, brand new audio commentary with director Stuart Gordon and actors Graham Skipper and Jesse Merlin of Re-Animator the Musical, audio commentary with Stuart Gordon, audio commentary with producer Brian Yuzna and actors Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, Bruce Abbott, and Robert Sampson. Re-Animator Resurrectus, a feature-length documentary on the making of the film featuring extensive interviews with cast and crew, interviews with director Stuart Gordon and producer Brian Yuzna, writer Dennis Paoli, composer Richard Band, and former Fangoria editor Tommy Timpone, Timpone? I don't know. Anyway, Timpone. Music discussion with composer Robert Band, Barbara Crampton in conversation, the Re-Animator star sits down with journalist Alan Jones for this career-spanning 2015 interview, the catastrophe of success, Stuart Gordon on the organic theater, director Stuart Gordon discusses his early theater roots and his continued commitment to the stage, Theater of Blood, Re-Animator the Musical, composer and lyricist Mark Nutter on adapting the cult classic for musical theater, extended scenes, deleted scene, trailer and TV spots, stills gallery, screenplay as BD-ROM content, and a fully illustrated collector's booklet featuring writing on the film by Michael Gingold, or Gingold. That's a lot of stuff. A properly deluxe edition. Oh, alrighty, so that is it for this Fright Night Friday review. Just, 6 items, but I'd say some pretty significant ones. Some good stuff. Some good Halloween treats there. And Halloween is rapidly creeping up on us, so it's time to get back into the horror section, I think. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now, so thank you very much for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. And until next time, sayonara. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a Fright Night Friday Blu-ray update. Alright, so picked up a few new horror films for the collection. Let's take a look at them. Fuck you! Just go fuck yourself, you fucking fucked up fuck. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a Fright Night Friday Blu-ray update. Yeah, so today, well, got some Blu-rays. What the fuck do you think? Why can't I do this intro? This should be like the easiest intro in the world. I got some horror movies. Let's check them out.